Helix Water District maintains 26 different water tank sites to supply water to our customers. Today we're at one such site to go through different aspects of tanks, how they operate and how they're maintained. The site we're at today has 2 water tanks. Typically, larger service areas with higher demand will have more than 1 tank. The benefit of multiple tanks on a water site is the ability for the district to accommodate maintenance activities. During that time, 1 tank can remain in service while the other tank is taken out of service. This allows the customers to continue to be supplied under normal operation. Tank sites are placed where they can provide water to certain service areas. The location of the tank sets a hydraulic gradient. That gradient sets the pressure levels to the customers that we feed. When the tanks are sized, they include peak demand flows that would be needed to sustain fire flows for a certain amount of time. So although the water storage that are in these tanks may be more than just what the customers are using, if the fire department had to hook up and pull water for 2 or 3 hours, the tanks are sized to have that much capacity to continue that flow. Typically, tanks are filled by the use of a pump station, or they can be gravity fed directly from their treatment facility. At this facility, this tank is filled by a pump station. That pump station kicks on and supplies flow into the distribution system. Whatever flow is not needed in that distribution system will flow into this tank to raise the elevation. When that tank elevation is full, that pump station turns off, and then this tank then now returns water to the system for any demands that the customers may have. Tanks provide additional reliability and efficiency in the operation of the system. Without tanks, a pump station would be required to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. With a tank, that pump station fills the tank and then shuts off. That reduces the amount of electrical consumption, ultimately reducing the cost. Operations staff control the operation of the tanks. Through our computer system, they can set the cycle parameters of the tank and control when the tanks are going to fill. Typically, tanks will be set to run between a certain elevation. For example, the tank will get down to a certain elevation, let's say 40%, pumps will kick on, the tank will fill back up to 90%. Variability throughout the year will change how they operate the tank. For example, in winter, when demands are lower, we'll reduce that operation time to maintain water quality in the tank and in the distribution system. In the summer or during periods of fire season, those elevations will be increased so that there's more water available when it's needed. Tanks are a critical piece of infrastructure, and it's important to protect them. There's several layers of security at a tank site to protect the tank itself. For example, we limit access to the tops of our tanks by removing ladders that would provide easy accessibility. When our crews need to access the sites, we have to use equipment that has the ability to lift them to the top of the tank. All of these security features are meant to protect the tank and maintain water quality and safety for our customers. Tanks are just like any other equipment in the water system. They must be repaired, inspected, and maintained. Tanks can be drained and entered through hatches like this to do cleaning and inspections, and sometimes tanks can be entered when they're in service by inserting divers through the top of the tank or using remote control camera or video equipment. Tank inspections are aimed at looking at the interior coating and making sure the overall structural integrity of the tank is in good condition. Items that are identified are relayed to our engineering department, and then capital projects are put on the books to come back and address those issues. An inspection program helps us maintain tanks longer. Repair of interior structures and coatings ultimately increases the lifespan of the tank, reducing the overall cost to the customer. Tanks are a critical component in maintaining an efficient and reliable water system. This helps us ensure the continued delivery of safe and healthy water to our customers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.